All right, so now that I have a product, how do I actually sell it?
Okay, there are lots of different ways, but today let's just focus on the main two, which is wholesale and retail or direct to consumer. Wholesale, you're going to be selling bulk products to one person or one retailer, whereas D2C, you're going to be selling like one, maybe a couple of products to one person at a time. That's the fundamental difference.
So, how does it work with pricing?
So first thing you need to do is set your RRP, which is your recommended retail price. That is the price that you're going to sell it in the marketplace. So with wholesale, you're going to be selling it to a stockist or a retailer for roughly 50% of that. Different industries have different margins, but generally 50% of your RRP is going to be what the wholesaler is paying. With direct to consumer, you're going to get the full margin, so you'll sell it for the full price unless you're discounting or going on sale. When you're selling with wholesale, you're going to be selling it in bulk though. So you'll be selling minimum order quantities. So you might have a minimum of $500 for your order that they have to hit. And then there's minimums per style. So it might be 3 or 5 or packs or cartons. So you're going to be selling a lot more product to that one person. With D2C, you're going to be selling one by one or sometimes a bundle or a few items one by one. So it's a little bit different and there's different costs associated with each one, which I'll go into next. So with D2C, yes, your margins are higher, but you're only selling it one by one. So your shipping costs are going to be higher. Your customer acquisition costs are also going to be higher. So there's a bit of a trade-off there.
So, what's best when you're starting out?
Look, I think you can do a mix of both, and sometimes having that mix can be really good for your business. They require very different strategies. Selling to wholesale requires basically it's B2B. You're selling at wholesale trade shows, things like that. But with D2C, you're generally selling to the general public. So you actually really need to learn how to sell your product, which is a little bit different to wholesale.
Are there any other ways to sell your products like distributors or dropshipping?
Yes, there's actually loads. As you mentioned, distributors, dropshipping, there's consignment, there's events and pop-ups, markets, even the option to open your own brick and mortar store.
What about if I'm selling a service? How do I sell a service?
Okay, it's a little bit different, but there are still lots of options. There's social media marketing and networking events. LinkedIn is a good one. There's Expos. Usually they depend on your industry. They might be like food, wedding, baby expos. They can be great. You can run meta ads as well. When we started out, we did a lot of like wedding expos and things like that, which was really, really great. And then we did little group shoots that helped us to get into like blogs and magazines and get the word out. Also word of mouth. That is probably the biggest one when you're doing B2B or like a service-based business. Word of mouth is super powerful. And if you can sort of build in like a referral program into your business, that will sort of start this flywheel and get things going and really like can be really good way to generate leads and business over time.